Pushing through. Pushing past the limits. Are we live? I think we're live, boys. I know. Oh, 11:09. I'm late. Don't blame me. It's my thyroid. My thyroid was keeping me from starting on time. Whatever that does. What's the thyroid again? Welcome back, everybody. Today is Monday. It is the second day ever of the SpaceX IPO. We had an insane stream on Friday. We had 50,000 viewers on YouTube, 50,000 on X. It was the single biggest streaming day ever. So we're going to cover SpaceX here today as well. It's looking to test, to put in new all-time highs. We're going to jump into those charts. I did find the full speech, and I promise you that this is not the looped AI clapping, cheering weirdness.
Well, thank you, Gwen. Gwen Shotwell has been an incredible partner. And was one of the first people to join the company.
Let's take him a bit to get to the point, though.
So thank you, Gwen. Oh, she's in New York, of course. Where is she? Yeah, it is certainly hard to believe that a little company that started in a warehouse.
It's only a few minutes. Don't worry.
Is now going public for with the largest IPO that ever. And let me tell you, if people had told me this was going to happen, I was like, man, you must be smoking some really good crack.
Oh, and you know we are, Elon. You know we are.
Fail.
I wouldn't have said that, but
I mean, I gave
thank you,
SpaceX less than a 10% chance of succeeding at all, to be clear. In fact, I told people this. I said, look, we're probably going to fail, but we should give it a try, because if we don't, if there's not a new company that enters space, we will never be a truly spacefaring civilization. While the other aerospace companies, they build good rockets and everything, they were simply not pursuing the technology that's necessary to make life multiplanetary, to make Star Trek, to make
Star Trek
the exciting science fiction futures that we've read about real. And that's what SpaceX is all about, is to take the fiction out of science fiction and create an exciting, inspiring future for everyone. We want to be able to take anyone who wants to go to the moon, anyone who wants to go to Mars, or anywhere in the solar system, and maybe beyond the solar system at some point. We want to be able to take you there. Not just a few astronauts. I mean you, literally you. If you watch, whoever you are watching this, SpaceX wants to be able to take you to the moon, take you to Mars,
take me to the moon,
and ultimately beyond. And I'm confident at this point that with the incredible team that we have here at SpaceX, that we will do that for you.
To the moon, he said it, to the moon. He said it to the moon, and that means everything to the moon, baby. Let's go. Live you. All right. Well done. Well done to everyone. Well done, everyone. I want Star Trek stuff.
I always think about this. There are always problems on Earth. There are always problems on Earth. There are always things that we wish to be better, that we want to solve here on Earth, and we should solve them. But there also have to be things that get you excited about the future, that make you glad to wake up in the morning, because you can't wait to see what happens next. And that's the future that SpaceX wants to bring to you.
There it is. We tried to watch that on Friday, and it failed. We couldn't find it. For some reason, we caught the end, and then we kept seeing like these weird AI loops. Remember, they were all clapping for like ever. They were just clapping, and it kept cutting. I give Elon slack, and of course, I have my critiques and I have my compliments on Elon. At one time, I was an incredibly big Elon fan. That was when he stuck more to the science and to the business of things. I like it less when he speaks on other topics, like when he spoke on cryptocurrency. It was pretty obvious to me that the guy didn't really get it, at least at the time. Maybe that's changed. But he said some really great stuff. I think he hit emotional appeals. I think he hit some, at least for us nerds, some big points, right? Like, I want Star Trek stuff. And if SpaceX can deliver it, I mean, that does cement its forever value, right? It does. At the moment, I believe that OnlyFans actually has more revenue than SpaceX. Is that not true? SpaceX, OnlyFans. Hey, let's not undercut OnlyFans. Also a very valuable business. But I like the Star Trek stuff. I wanted to. You wanted to. We're all nerds here. Let's be real. He hit the point of, we want to make a world where you wake up thinking positively. You think you're excited for what's going to happen today, in the future, what new things are going to come. And, you know, that's a feeling that is lost to most of us over the last, maybe over the last 6 years, maybe since COVID. We've kind of lost that feeling, that optimism. And I would love to see SpaceX bring that back. I am skeptical that that is actually what's going to happen here in any short time frame. But, you know, he had that was a good speech. I think for Elon, it's probably one of his best speeches. I wanted to get that out of the way. Let's turn the music back on. I'm going to turn this back down so I don't blast you guys. Music back on. Yeah. DJ Silvu in the mix again. Ooh, loud. Okay. All right. That's some pump music. That'll do. Link to this is in the video description below. If you want to bump that at home, go for it. Let's see where to start today. SpaceX. We're going to jump on SpaceX and we're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at a lot of other charts that are moving, including the VIX down. Volatility crashed since the Friday IPO. Volatility down in the markets, giving us a steadier look. We're going to take a look at ScanDisk, your favorite ScanDisk. You guys love it. ScanDisk at all-time highs today. Where did my other charts go? Micron. Looking for an all-time high today. Micron looking for an all-time high. We'll get into these charts deeply. We'll go do some analysis, some upside targets, some downside targets. Bitcoin even having a day, joining us on the tech stack here. Bitcoin actually at a very scary inflection point, I'll say, for this chart. Oh gosh. We'll get into that. Start with SpaceX, but first, let's pump the chat. It is the second day ever of trading for SpaceX. Who's excited? Maybe I should put a poll up on the tubes. Friday's poll got the most votes of any poll ever on this channel. Got over 6,000. There we go. Putting that poll up. I ask you right now, does whatever platform you're on, we're on almost every platform live right now. I need you to hit the like button, subscribe, follow along, tap the screen, share it out, put a message in the live chat. Let us know you're here today. Let us know what you're thinking about this IPO. What other charts you should be looking at today that I might be missing. Feel free to call me out. Feel free to add to the conversation. Just interact. I'm going to do my best to juggle in between all the different chats. I'm going to be able to do it. I will. So hype it up. Give it a little energy here. I appreciate you guys. Let's see if we can get this going. It is Monday. It is early. We've got about 45 minutes until lunchtime when we see volatility typically kind of putter out. So let's get some in before. Let's get some goodies in here today before the old lunch hour. SpaceX IPO now is 2 daily candles. In the mix, baby. 2 daily candles. Tap it so hard. Thank you, Pickle. 2 daily candles. And while SpaceX opened with a rather large gap over the weekend, about 6%, opening up from 160's close, that is a great sign. The tall top wick that we saw on the IPO day was threatening. It did potentially suggest a little downside into the open of this week, but market makers, retail, institutions, whatever, not having it. Not having it. Up 6%, opening at 171. Now, we don't have a new all-time high. We are waiting for that. I do believe that a new all-time high is coming this week. If that is the case, that means trading above 176. 176 was the high on Friday. What a day, guys. I'll show you guys like the analytics for that stream later. It's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. We now have a total. This is so funny. We have a total of 6 hourly candles for SpaceX. That's going to limit the amount of analysis we can do. The less data you have, the less you can do with the chart. But we do have some things we can do. Now that we have Friday's swing low and swing high, we can connect them. We can get rid of them. We can connect them with our Fibonacci tool. And what that will do is that will give us potential upside targets here for a break of 176.50, which I think is coming sometime this week. Measured move target sits up at $200. Not a bad target at all. Totally reasonable. Totally reasonable. We need a break of that previous high, though, for these to be on the table. But with the swing high and swing low, we get a little bit more to work with. We have to go down, honestly, into smaller time frames than the hour. The hour is just too big for how long this is traded. This is what the chart, I'll say, realistically looks like. What I see here over these 7 years of live streaming trades right here, my observation, and this is going to be largely observation because, again, we don't have that much to work with. What I see is 170, the open above 170 today, shows this chart respecting support, put it that way. Our initial swing high on the IPO traded to 168.75. We broke through it during the day and closed honestly kind of low. I didn't really expect this. We ended the live around here as we didn't think it was going to do much more in that day, but we missed some volatility. That did swing down pretty heavily. It did hold the low from intraday trading at 155. That's pretty good. But 168 right here, that was the swing high, and opening above that, we've seen a test of that as support, a higher high on the day, ever so slightly higher low here, and now kind of just a mixed sideways trading. I honestly could see that continue out into lunchtime before picking a direction. Before picking a direction. In a little bit more macro sense, what I see here is a chart that is eating away or chipping away at the resistance created yesterday. These are gentle taps. They're not huge, forceful plunges yet, but we do start to see some kind of ascending pattern. I'm not going to draw it on here. It's a little too early, but we can see around 175. This chart is chipping away at that liquidity. Holding above 168, or I'll even say 166, our VWAP, our volume weighted average price, probably a good indicator that we're looking to retest that high either today or into the week. Mind you, trades are going to be very spicy, very extra risky, we'll put it, this week for one very important reason. One incredibly important reason. And I'll share that reason with you right here, right now. While we are live, right at this moment, on Wednesday, we have the first FOMC with a new Fed chair, and anything can happen. Absolutely anything. Chair Wersch is going to join us, and sky's the limit. Nobody knows what's going to happen. It's going to be very, 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 very important to markets. I expect high volatility. I don't know if I expect any kind of curveballs, but man, anything can happen. Damn, look at that, 48K views on Friday. But tune in for that on Wednesday, but also be aware of that in any trades you make this week. While I expect the Fed to do nothing, especially because it's the first FOMC with a new head, even language, word choice, tie color, anything could lead the markets down a rabbit hole and could lead to some worst, to some pretty choppy trading conditions. So be careful. Be very, very careful. Come Wednesday, I probably wouldn't want to be in any short-term positions, personally. All right, so at the moment, yes. Support at 168, 176 as resistance above. And honestly, just looking for a little bit of chop. I see the upside bias above that previous resistance. And we're just going to sit here. And we're just going to wait it out, I guess. Going to see what happens. This is not the, can we get 100? Nope. How many candles do we have so far? 368. 368 candles of 1 minute candles are trading. All right, you can even see 168 there is the high range of our VWAP, our range high. We're just bouncing on top. That's nice and bullish for now. Very nice. Very nice. Japan rate hike. Dude, what else do we have, actually? I forgot. Japan is looking to hike rates if they didn't already do it. Why is it not showing up here on my little important things going on calendar? Did that happen over the weekend? No. Must be surges. What do we got? I'll get into it in a little bit. With other countries like Bank of Japan, Europe, hiking rates, I mean, this isn't news for us if you're watching this channel, but other countries hiking rates is going to put more pressure on the U.S. to hike rates. Especially, it is speculated that the strength of the dollar is going to be an important aspect for Chair Warsh. You can't have the dollar hold strength if every other country, major countries start increasing rates and the U.S. dollar does not. That will cause downside pressure on the dollar's value. Will he do the cough wish cough? Oh yeah, probably. There's going to be a lot of interesting bets for Wednesday. You only allocated 1 share of SpaceX, holding for the long term? Yeah. It's not a bad move, man. Not a bad move. Don't you know you got to pump it up? That is facts. Purple tie already? Maybe he'll have a purple tie. You never know, man. Let's stay positive. Maybe he'll be even memeier than Powell. I doubt it. They make the decision tomorrow for the Japan interest rate. Interesting, because it's not on my economic calendar for reasons I don't know, because that is a big deal. Bank of Japan. Honestly, I would say you have like the UK, Europe. You have the United States as number 1. They have UK and Europe, basically. European Union. And then like Bank of Japan is either tied in second with like European Union or is second and they're third in like importance in the world when it comes to their interest rates. So it's weird that it's not showing up on my economic calendar. Let me see if I see it. Importance, high importance. We'll do high medium. Monday. Today we have New York State Manufacturing Index. Came in at 8:30 today. Looks like the actual was under forecast industrial production year over year for May. Doesn't have a predicted for some reason. Month over month, 0.1 versus expected 0.3. Yeah, that's not great. Okay, there it is. Bank of Japan. Maybe we should stream this tomorrow. Although it's going to be at almost midnight East. Maybe not. Bank of Japan monetary policy statement. That would be like Japan's FOMC. Maybe we should follow it. It is forecasted to be at 1%. Now, there's a lot of like kind of bad information going around with this. I've seen people post that they're hiking a whole point or something. That's not what's happening. They're going from 0.75 to 1, meaning a 25 BPS hike is the expected. No one is expecting 100 BPS. Like no one's expecting a full percent. Actually, so that is not tomorrow. Technically, that is today, right before at 10:30 and 11 p.m. Boo. Boo. Australia has their rate statement tomorrow. We have import price index, export price index for the U.S., housing starts, building permits, Atlanta Fed, 20-year bond auction, weekly crude oil stock. And then Wednesday is the big day. The biggest, the baddest of the days. All right. That's good. Here we are. Micron. Who's holding on to Micron? Can't wait to short the F out of this wick. Micron or SpaceX? Dude, SpaceX is gonna break out. Like, it's gonna break. Like, look at this. It's gonna break out. Give it before the stream ends. It's gonna break out. Looking forward to Micron earnings. When's that, Nimoy? The Nimoy index pounding, beating the market. CS Ray can do a quick review of how to find when Bitcoin is trading in range. Not at this moment. We got more charts to do. I got to get back on track. SPI track. Every time Japan hikes, SP drops 10%. I can see that. There is a lot more to Japan's interest rates than just their interest rate. The cost of money in Japan directly affects pretty much every investment in the world via the yen carry trade. Yeah, the more expensive the yen is, the more expensive their money is, the more liquidity basically has to be pulled out of the rest of the world to cover these like super cheap loans that have been taken from the Bank of Japan. They basically are juicing the whole world, juicing everything. Micron's 24th this month. Hell yeah. Thank you, Nimoy. We will follow that. I'll have to remember. Real quick reminder, really fast. Double tap the screen, hit the like button, share it out, subscribe, follow. Let's keep it going. We are jumping through the charts here. SpaceX looking good today. Micron looking good today. SanDisk looking incredibly good today. We really should do that one next. SPX heading back to all-time highs, retesting, looking to retest all-time highs. Big gap after a very weak structure, actually earlier in June. The dollar is down. Okay. Dollar moves so slow, man. After blasting off early June, now pulling back into the FOMC. I have no explanation for that. Maybe a rotation. Maybe we saw a huge rotation out of equities on Friday and leading into Friday for the SpaceX IPO. And they were seeing some of that liquidity continue to rotate out. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense to me. But here we go, Bitcoin. Bitcoin obviously looking good in the sense of we have more green candles. Bitcoin breaking to the upside from what I would point out as a very kind of obvious looking bear flag. Just slap it on here. Big old pull down. Lower highs, higher lows. Breaking to the upside. This is exactly the price action that we predicted after June 5th. This is exactly what we said would happen. This is exactly the scariest possible price action, I think. We lost the super uber bear market trend on Bitcoin that dated back all the way to 2017 and caught every bear market bottom on the way, two along the way. And we finally, 2 weeks ago, tested that line and the 200-week moving average at the same week, closed below it, and immediately I said, I think the most likely thing is to see Bitcoin float up and then back test this trend line and hopefully not reject. At the moment, looking good. Actually, surprisingly good. Daily candle high above that trend line at 66K. Looking for a close on Bitcoin above 66K today. You start to get pretty okay looking, which is weird. Yeah, pretty okay looking if you close candles above here. And I think that would suggest Bitcoin is looking to retest that 200-day moving average again. That, for me, is the invalidation of the bear market, of the bear trend. Retaking the 200-day gives us bullish hope, gives us some copium to deal with. Underneath it, I'm still looking for downside price action. So today's going to come in really important here. You can see as we zoom in, recalibrates it to be a little bit more precise. We are just at that trend line. And somehow it keeps moving a little bit. On the 5-minute, we're above it. On the hourly, below it. I think basically we're going to look at the daily close today to judge if we've retaken it or we've rejected. Dude, what's going on with Coinbase? Do you guys know? Maybe it's me. So, anybody else getting this on TradingView? Their Coinbase Bitcoin USD chart. Mine keeps is it going down? Are they not trading? Are they missing trading time? Like this whole pump. Was it that one or right here? Maybe it was, yeah, last night. Coinbase on this chart said it was like not updating. You're getting it too, Bob. It's a TradingView issue. That's really weird. Most of their charts not updating. Really super safe. I have only seen it on Coinbase. Talking about in Discord last night. Great time to shill that Discord pick. Well, thank you. Discord.gg/TomCrown. Jump in there. It's free. You will get VIP roles in our Discord. If you sign up with any of our partners, any of the affiliate links in the video description below or in the Discord, it's for free. It's a pretty good deal. Yeah, what is going on with that? Actually, you know what I will do? This is one of the cool little perks that you get, that we have here. I'm going to just message TradingView right now. I'm literally going to message TradingView directly. I have a direct line to them. And I'm going to say, hey, TradingView, what's up with Coinbase, BTC USD, and others? Say my audience. Others, say my viewers. Not updating in real time, or what would you call it? Like, just like, it's like appears like they're down. I'll say that. Appearing like trading is down. They get back to me usually really quickly. Maybe they'll get back to me during the stream. We'll see. I won't hold my breath for that, but they usually get back to me pretty quick. You've seen gaps in the Coinbase chart for XLM? Yeah, I don't know. For Coinbase, it's just like, what's going on? What is that? But okay, so Super Sabe says most of his charts are Coinbase. So that's it. It's Pickle's saying it's other things as well. Coinbase is the one I've noticed. And if all of your charts are on Coinbase, it's probably because Coinbase API. Like, Coinbase API is having an issue. That makes sense. Tech Support told you it was on TradingView. Couldn't agree more on Bitcoin. Mayonnaise, we're right here, dude. This is, honestly, like, SpaceX I think is going to break to all-time highs today, and that's going to be, like, the spicy chart. That's going to be, like, the one that's bringing the milkshakes, the boys to the yard. But Bitcoin, in a much kind of more underrated way, I think even looks potentially more spicy. Is this still trading? That little dot keeps making me think it's not trading. Potentially looks even more spicy. Like, where we are at this trend line, man, it's like if we reject here, next leg down. Like, this is where if we sell off from here, man, like, next leg down is coming. Like, we're going to see that 59,000 break. We're going to see the 200 week be lost. Like, rejecting here shows very little bullish bid. If we can get back above 66, we can definitely draw this out. You know, at worst, draw it out. Retake the trend line, and like I said, move back to the 200-day. We didn't fully test the 200-day on TradingView. We got very, 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 very close. You can see as you zoom in. Very, very, very close. But to then go and kind of like tag it again, just to get that full test, wouldn't be a crazy concept. And I think closing today above 66K is going to be a nice little signal for that. A nice suggestion that Bitcoin's looking to trade back into the 70s. So it is interesting. Bitcoin move up, grab liquidity, dump, repeat, basically, yeah. XLM's up 20% in the last 24 hours. We can take a look at XLM then. We've got more to look through that I promised you guys we would look through. Daily, like, daily's not looking bad. The weeks kind of look shitty on Bitcoin. I guess the week, technically, I didn't notice this. Didn't check this out last night. The week did close above that trend line. And we did see a rally into that weekly close. So basically the market's correcting the wrong price into that big time frame close. Not bad. It's like, yeah, weekly, month. What are we at? The month. Let's just check this out on the monthly time frame. Yeah, this is probably at the end of the day. We can have all these daily and weekly closes and be excited about them, etc. And I will be, trust me. But at the end of all of this, it's probably gonna, let's be real, come down to like if the monthly closes above 66, 67. Yeah. So I'm keeping a close eye on that. I just got an alert of some kind, I think. Gosh. This line keeps moving around. You guys seeing this? Like it keeps moving around. Something's weird with it. with the way it's being calculated. But Bitcoin, its ears are burning. Nice little candle here. We're going to come back to this in just a minute. We're going to look at SNDK Micron. What else should we look at? Where are all the SpaceX viewers from Friday? Where are they? They didn't come back. Come back. Tweezer bottoms? I mean, they have bottom wicks. You have to wait for the close, I would say, to like really call it a tweezer bottom. A tweezer weezer bottom. Hold up, I'm not going anywhere. Take a second. I'm going to throw this away. Grab my other one. Take a second. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Hype it up. Share out the stream. Let's try to get some of that energy going again from Friday. I know. It's... We can't ask for a stream like that every day. But we got some spiciness coming. It's literally going to take me 5 seconds. Did you time it? You should have timed it. What was my time? What's my time? We'll wrap the Bitcoin up for just this, for the short term right here. We'll wrap up this idea. We'll wrap up this analysis here with one final statement. Michael Saylor buying $100 million worth of Bitcoin, I guess, over the weekend. Have you noticed that he's stopped putting the price? Stop putting the price. It's weird. I don't know. It used to say acquired, blah, 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 whatever amount of Bitcoin for whatever amount at an average price of. And now they don't do that. Ever since they sold 32 of them, they don't do that. But there we go. Saylor on his way to 1 million Bitcoin. Madman. Absolute madman. Craziness. Craziness. There we go. Stream's warming up. What's up, evil shenanigans? Pooping on the corn. Yeah. Well, I grilled out over the weekend. Got my grill out for the first time since I moved. And had a bunch of corn. You're here, but you're not a SpaceX. What is a SpaceX? It's a good question. You're suspicious. What is a SpaceX? It's the world's largest IPO ever. All right, Bitcoin, dude. Bitcoin actually, if it breaks its intraday high here, it just has to trade $100 higher. It's starting to look, like I said, a little bit more here, and Bitcoin is like probably the spiciest chart today. SpaceX, absolutely going for that all-time high. Let's jump in. SNDK, your favorite. SNDK blasting past expectations again. How do we trade this? What do we do, Tom? It keeps pumping. I'm getting FOMO. I want to buy the top. It's true. It's true, boys. It's hard. It's a hard thing to do. It's hard chart to trade. We've had a lot of opportunities to go long. I feel like every time I place the same position, I think, man, it can't possibly work this time. And then it does. We've broken past 2,000. 2,000 is kind of again at the end of the line. We have very little kind of upward. What's going on with the mouse here? Okay. We have very little upward ability to chart. We have another pullback that we saw early in June that gives us another measured move target, another extension, 2,286. These are getting, I don't know. It's getting to the point where I almost don't think that the fibs are that valuable. I've said this before. I think that almost all we can do at this point with the old SNDK is just put lines at the psychological values. Meaning we'll put them at like 2,500, we'll put them at 3,000, and like that's it. That's it. Where can you take a position? Where can you go long? Well, you're buying a knife to the upside the same way. Let's be fair. The same way, if this chart looked like this, you'd be looking at a knife as well, right? If it's inverted. But you're buying an asset very up. We've just been doing the same thing, and that's basically looking for re-entries at previous resistance, at these little areas where this chart has taken a break, a little breather, right? Let's look at it again. Let's look for that entry at 2,000. You can look at 2,500 as a take profit, 3,000 as a take profit. Stop loss, like, of course, it's going to be more comfortable down here at 1,500, but that's a big drawdown. To get a good risk to reward, you need 3,000. That's a big drawdown. As this climbs up, you know, the kind of volatility of the downside moves can increase, and bigger drawdowns I think are less favorable. I think in a truly upwards trending market, you typically want a very tight stop loss in the direction of the trend, so in this case to the upside, and to just ride that momentum and just kind of like be out on any like major pullback, and then just, you know, reassess if it reassess after the pullback is over. Mayonnaise, he stopped saying never sell Bitcoin. Well, he said that. He said that we should never sell Bitcoin, but that strategy can sell Bitcoin. Yeah, it was a really weird comment. 𝐿𝐴𝐻 is breaking out. We can look at 𝐿𝐴𝐻. Randy, that's such FOMO mentality, though. You obviously just buy it. You could have bought it at 1,000. Now it's at 2,000. Yeah. True, but we know how this works. Like, if you do that, it will be the top. Don't do that. Wait for a little pullback. We've been pretty successful on these little pullbacks. We've caught the moves. Like, we've caught them without buying them up. Just be careful. What's 𝐿𝐴𝐻 doing? 2,500. You know, entry at 2,000. Take profit 2,500, 3,000, and like, you know, just be careful. Just be careful. Micron almost back to all-time highs after pulling back into June here. What do we got? Micron looking a lot like SP500 to me. You have that all-time high either early in June or maybe it was like late May. What's up, Rectoverso? Make the IPO bottom. God, it's probably a meme coin. I don't know. I just said it out loud. Pullback here, similar to SPX, even though that's traded on NASDAQ, right? You have like this pullback kind of gets ugly. You had your all-time high at the start of the month. Now trucking back to that all-time high. That gives us, fortunately, the pullback gives us a place to pull a fib from. So we have more to work with. Again, alerts on Bitcoin breaking 66.9 right now. Just as we said. Ooh. Just as we said. Getting spicy here. Measure move target from this pullback. We have the 1618 sits at 1,250. The measure move at 1,388. I think 1,000 could be an entry. If this doesn't just slap off, man, I think 1,000 could be an entry. It was. Oh, that's almost the exact same trade we had before. A little bit higher. Here we go. It's like 2.86. I like it. TC on fire. What's up, Sam? You're on fire, my friend. So spicy. Good morning, traders. How are you, quarter crawler? Boom. There we are. Bitcoin right now. So I just said Bitcoin moves a little higher. It starts to become maybe the spiciest chart. I got to keep an eye on SpaceX because I feel like if they both, like, if one breaks out, it might go in tandem. That does look hella crazy, though. Like, I don't know why you'd bet down here on SpaceX, but Bitcoin now retaking the bear market, the grand trend line, but also at the same time retaking monthly support from February and March. Here it is, 66.9. We'll call it 67,000. Bitcoin trading above both at the same time to 67K. Looking decent, looking absolutely decent here. Closing up here for the month, I mean, even for the day today, for the week, like, that starts to give us some hopium. Starts to give us a little bit of hopium, man. We were very fresh out of hopium, and I guess our tanks are getting refueled. I think if we close, as I said, above 66, 67 today, that we're going to be looking for a retest of that 200 daily moving average, which is currently at 77.5. It's a pretty decent move. Now you can see that still won't get us to a higher high. That still keeps us in the downtrend. And that's where my invalidation, or validation if you want to call it, for the continued bear market comes into play. Retaking that 77, retaking the 200-day moving average sets us up for not only a higher high here structurally, but potentially major reversal. It would be something we've never seen in a bear market. Every bear market, once the 200-day was retaken, the bear market was over. Every bear market, for the most part, we've seen a rejection from the 200-day. That happened in May. But every time in history that I'm aware of that has been retaken, the bear market was over. So that would be a very, I mean, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome. It would be unusual or unexpected, but man, here we are. Bitcoin doing something very unexpected right now. 10 minutes until noon. Give us a little bit more. Give us a little bit more on this hourly candle. You're looking so good. Look at RSI. Beautiful RSI here for Bitcoin on the 1 hour. Higher highs in the overbought area. Like, send it. Keep it up here. Keep this energy going, and you can get a rip. I would be careful shorting Bitcoin. It's kind of the first time I've said that in a while. I'd be careful shorting it. If you're going to short it, it's probably right. An interesting chart, Bitcoin versus NASDAQ. I'm just going to touch this quickly. Bitcoin versus NASDAQ, we looked at this a while ago, and it obviously was looking very bad. But this chart looks more like what I kind of expected Bitcoin USD to look like throughout the entire cycle. Kind of looks like almost what I would expect it to look like at the bottom. It's interesting. If you look to the left, we have not only our 618 retracement from our bear market low to all-time high. We have right here, October into April of 23, as the bull market began, our first resistance, our first pullback, our first bear trap. Right here. This monthly candle testing that previous resistance as support. And if it can close up, so that goes along with the 200 week here today, the grand trend bear market line. If we can close up a little bit this month, you start to get something that could look like a major reversal. Holding that as support could be enough to send Bitcoin's value against the NASDAQ back up. Looking to retrace this move. This move had very little bounce, very little kind of efficiency on the way down. Even a tiny bounce here could be big gains, could be very spicy. So I'm keeping an eye on that. Bitcoin versus NASDAQ, you can make this chart on TradingView. Just type in BTC / NASDAQ. You can get that on your own. SpaceX breakout, just like maybe we were saying. Looks like we were saying, and it happened. SpaceX, we said at the beginning of the stream, I still think SpaceX is looking to at least minimum retest the highs of Friday. Honestly, I think it's looking to break to a new all-time high. Here we go, 175.40. 176.50. Let me make sure that's exactly correct. 176.49, 176.50. The high of Friday of the initial IPO trading day. Within striking distance, $1. That's about 0.25%, 0.5%, 0.5%. 0.5%. Two all-time highs. SpaceX getting so heated. Bitcoin. It's interesting that Bitcoin's also getting heated though. Hype it up. Hype it up. If this breaks all-time high, I feel like the viewers will flood in. Yeah, Bitcoin is pissing me off too. I mean, I love Bitcoin. I still believe in Bitcoin. Yo, what's up, Rion? Over on Twitch. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you for holding it down on the Twitch. Yeah, Bitcoin's pissing me off too. I still love Bitcoin. I still believe in Bitcoin. That hasn't changed. But its price action has, I mean, it feels like intentional. Its price action, it's like if you could craft price action that would piss me off. That's what it's doing. Here we go. SpaceX all-time high, we called it. Let's go. Let's go. SpaceX hit an all-time high exactly as predicted. It took a while. Took a damn while. Took longer than I thought it would, honestly. But here we are. 176.85, and we are pumping. We are pumping, boys. 177 upside target. I didn't even get to these. 183 is what I'm looking for here. We can reevaluate that. Give me 1 sec. One sec. Gotta trade this all-time high. Let's go. Sneaking it in before that 12 o'clock hour. Very spicy. New all-time highs. There we go. Changing the thumbnail. New all-time highs. We're back, baby. We're so back. Bitcoin also not going back its gains. Go for it, little bud. SpaceX now at 177.26, trading at an all-time high. Breaking to the highest traded value since Friday. Since Friday, my boys. Oof. It's heating up. Do you feel it? Can you feel the heat? I feel the heat. Oof. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can feel it. Close some of these tabs. We got the FOMC on Wednesday. We're going to be live here for it. You're going to be here. Make sure you've subscribed, guys. Please lock in right now. It is heating up so much. I need you to lock in. Hit the subscribe button. Vote in the poll. Say hello. Are you here? Let us know what you're thinking today. Is this making you happy? Is it stressing you out? Let us know. Jump on our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Engage with the live stream. That's what I need you to do. That's what we need. Historic moments going down. We're doing it together, just like on Friday. Let's see if everybody comes back. 177.30. Let's take a little screeny here. 178. All-time highs continuing to blast. Where's it going today? I'm thinking 183 is my immediate upside target. Actually, let me revise that. SpaceX. All-time high. There we go. All-time high since yesterday, 178. What do we got? So, let's see. Smaller pullbacks. Let's slap this bad boy on. Where are we at? $189. The like swing highs to swing lows have been so small because there's obviously only one day of trading that these extensions are not crazy. They're not like wild. They're like only what, a few points. 7.5%. The initial pullback on trading, 183. That's what I was saying. That's my initial target here, 183. 183. The bigger pullback somehow. Oh, that's because it's the 1618. There we go. 189. There we are. All the way up here. 200. I mean, 200. I probably, if I had got into this after IPO, 200 would probably be my take profit. Like the first place I'd really consider taking profit. If I got in at 135, I mean, anywhere, right? Anywhere where you're in profit is a good place to look to lock something in. That's easy. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go. DJ Silvu in the mix. 300 viewers now and climbing. People tuning in. People catching some alerts here maybe this morning on their SpaceX charts. Currently at all-time high. Has broken to a new all-time high. Closed at a new all-time high at the last 5 minutes. Now a little bit of red. What do we got? 176. I mean, if you're a crazy man, you could, or a crazy woman, you could maybe look for a scalp along there. I don't love it, but you could. What could that look like? Let's see what we got. 175 is so much better, though. 75. 76.5. This is the ultimate punishment for bears if you just bounce from right here. No pullback, just click bounce. What do we got? Keeping me in suspense. SpaceX is insane for it to be where it is right now. I agree. It is insane. But the world is insane, boys. All-time highs. Feels good to have all-time highs. It's just been too long. It's been way too long. Someday Bitcoin will have all-time highs. Someday. Someday. No. Yeah, it's a crazy scalp. Crazy long. What do we got? So far on the 1 minute, that looks like a healthy pullback. Higher highs on RSI. That's good. No bear div on the low time frames. No local bear div. Extends out. It's looking like a pretty healthy high, despite it pulling back now. 10-minute close in 1 minute 30 seconds. Keep telling myself don't buy anything until the new chairman speaks. That's how I'm feeling, dude. I am also in the same boat. I'm very happy for people who crushed it on SpaceX IPO. Very happy for people who crushed it on Micron, for ScanDisk, for whatever. I'm happy for all these people who have gotten some really awesome trades in. But man, I think like touching something new. Touching something new before Chairworth speaks feels just wild to me. Look at that, 173.60. That's right at the 30-minute open. That would suck if it retraced the whole thing. RUT all-time high. We'll swap over. SpaceX at all-time high, pulling back here on the 5-minute, clearing out those late longs, maybe making this long position look bad. Probably. RUT, you're right. RUT opened at all-time high today. Actually, it's pulled back a little bit. RUT, I'm very bullish on. We've had a 31.50 target for RUT since 2,500. It's just moved so slow. It moves incredibly slow compared to everything else. This thing has, I mean, you look at March of this year, from its swing low to where it is now is up 25%, which is insane. But I think that almost all the other indices are up way more than that, are they not? Yeah, maybe not. SPX is up 19%. Why does the RUT look so slow then? What's going on here? Does look strong though. I think you get 31.50 at minimum. SpaceX pulling back, making our excitement, just slapping us in the face. Come on, what is this? Bitcoin? You just run. You don't need to pull back. You can just hit all-time highs and go. This isn't Bitcoin. You don't need to. You need to tease us at every front. Lol. There we are. Bitcoin pulling back a little on the 5. SpaceX pulled back on the 5. Micron actually really steady here. Really steady. Micron looks crazy. That's crazy here for a daily candle. VIX tanked. This is the big surprise for me. I thought this looked like it was gonna rip. Like VIX looked like it was absolutely gonna rip going into Thursday of last week. Like, that's crazy. And then just pooped. Just pooped out. It's like the SpaceX IPO just like completely reset that volatility. XLM flushed on. All right, we'll pull up XLM. XLM, you said it was up 20%, or Adam Buzzard said it was up 20%. What's that about him? Kraken at 20 cents on Kraken. That is a nice candle. 18% today. Said Binance flushed. XLMB US. Oh! Whoa! That actually, we haven't seen one of them bad boys in quite some time. The volume is weirdly low for that move. There's a chance that that's not a real wick. There's a chance. That was in the last candle close of the last hour. Wow. That's some crazy manipulation there. 11:57. If that wick is real, that's really bullish. It's really bullish. If that wick is real and you trade above 23.2, like, that looks crazy. That's like a old school flash crash. I have my doubts. I have doubts that it's real. The volume is just not there for what I would expect. I say that because just look at the hourly volume, you know, right here. This candle right here was more volume. In that candle, it traded up 1%. Didn't trade down at all. Traded up 1%. And it's got more volume than this. Something about it's a little strange. Do I have a price target for SpaceX? I do, Nathaniel. I do. Talking about short term, kind of like this month, this week kind of thing. I do. Damn, this is... What in the hell happened here? That's crazy. Let me, This is not... That was weird. We're gonna keep our eye there for more shenanigans. That's insane. This is tether. Yeah, it's a tether pair. No. No. SpaceX. SpaceX. Go back to all-time high. Long wrecked. We can look at other ones. Don't worry. Don't worry. Here, this is where we should have been looking, probably. Looking at SpaceX versus Tesla, our new pair. That rally, though we did hit a new all-time high in dollars, did not hit a new all-time high versus Tesla. Interesting. Doesn't necessarily, like, you know, cap it and say that it can't happen, right? Like, without it. But this will be an incredibly strong signal, in my opinion. If this alert goes off when we see SpaceX trade above 0.37, whatever, it's going to be probably the canary in the coal mine, suggesting that SpaceX is going to actually rip. While this is below it, probably just going to see these little breakouts. That'd be my guess. Little breakouts, pullbacks. Kind of like altcoins in their Bitcoin pairs. We see that happen a lot. But on the break, we have new fibs. We can throw away the old fib. The old fib is gone. I like these fibs better. 4.47. This one's invalidated, I would say. 0.49, half the valuation. And we say valuation, we're not talking about market cap or anything. We're talking about just the price of each thing individually. That's gonna be spicy. Just a little bounce. Bitcoin, nothing. What else we got? Excellent, excellent. Did this trigger already? Oh, well. WTF? What's happening? No one said a single word on TikTok. It's so weird. Not a single message on TikTok. SpaceX breaks them shorts. It did just hit all-time high. Spike doesn't show in other charts. No. So this is just on Binance. So if this was on like Hitbit, I don't know, like if this was on some random exchange, you know, it'd be whatever. It'd just be like, okay, they just didn't really have liquidity. They didn't really have order books. But this is Binance. This is Tether USDT. This is their biggest pair. This is probably the most liquid pair for Stellar. It didn't hit other ones, like it was local to this exchange, but like on the biggest one. On the biggest one. It's the most meaningful exchange it could happen on. Here's Tesla. Tesla's not done much since SpaceX, meaning Friday and today. Not really done much. Closed at 406, basically traded back down to there today. Hanging out at its 200-day moving average. Tesla does look like it wants to go back to 500. Just taking its good time. Wow. Yes, SPX is having a day, man. This is going back to all-time high, I suppose. 3 green soldiers. 3 beautiful candles in a row on the SP 500. Money flow rolling over from this low. RSI actually kind of hot for where it's at, but no div or anything yet. Probably actually looking to be healthy at an all-time high after that. Let's take our new fib. Have a real pullback. Here we are. 8K. Man. Trading above 7,700 on SP 500 actually is kind of bonkers. It's not there yet. Hasn't happened yet, but that's a 2 measured move of this year's pullback. Moving higher than that is just like very parabolic, very almost sketchily parabolic. 8K. Let's see. You know, SpaceX can pump, but you have no interest in holding a $2 trillion IPO and launch risk rewards in there for me. That's fair, Athletics. I didn't buy it either. Do I regret it? Yeah, maybe. Maybe I regret it. No, but totally understandable, man. You got to think about it this way. SpaceX is probably a $2 trillion valuation right now. If it goes to, I don't know, let's say it goes to $300 a share, it's $4 trillion. $4 trillion, and it's doubled. To double again, you gotta go to $8 trillion. Like, that's... I don't doubt that SpaceX, in theory, right? In theory, could be worth those valuations. No, I mean, NVIDIA, we have companies that are bigger, in theory, but in its current state, I don't see it. Like, they make less money than OnlyFans. I love that. They make less money than OnlyFans. NI. Japan's cooking. Japan's cooking. Does this kind of feel to everyone else also that Japan stock market is going to just cook until like tonight? Gonna cook until that interest rate decision. 69,000, nice. 300. Nice pumped all-time high today. Looks like a test of the ascending trend, right? Close enough. Testing that ascending trend. I don't know. I'm skeptical it breaks out. What's up, Rex? There it is. Rex putting in the first message on TikTok. What up, my guy? In the whole stream. It's been like an hour. No one said a word. It's weird. It's a weird day. SpaceX hit all-time highs while we're live. Bitcoin actually having a solid day as well. Nikki, 225 all-time highs today. Ooh, Apple Trade still printing. And it's just like quieter. It's quiet. I guess we're kind of all tired from Friday. Friday was wild. Friday was bonkers. I certainly did not expect another stream like Friday. Not today. Maybe on Wednesday. You should tune in Wednesday. Oil is collapsing. Ho! Oil is like collapsing. Oil now traded under April's low. That's bonkers. April's low was, we saw pullbacks across equities. So what this means is even just trading at that value, oil is now breaking lower lows versus other equities. What do I mean by that? Something I don't know if I've done. Yeah, here's oil versus gold, but let's do oil. Let's do US oil divided by SPX or NASDAQ. Let's do NASDAQ. That work? There we go. Negative. Yeah, dude, look at oil's run here. That is savaged. Knocked down. Dumping. Heading back to those lows. I need to add some zeros on here or else the chart's going to be wonky. $1,000? Here we are. Why do this to me, TradingView? Down 7% this week. Dang. Filled the gap. Jeez. How about that Litecoin? Get out of here. Wrong. Get out of here. H-bar broke out. Did it? It broke out, so it's a good long. Wouldn't it be, I don't know, wouldn't it be the other way when you want a lower price? Would be a good long. It went up, so I'm going to buy it. Don't worry, we all think that way. You're not alone. What's playing? What music is this still the mix? Sick. This mix is not bad. Friday's mix was better by DJ Silvu. IGV, I might have gotten too bearish on IGV. Broad's still moving. Dell didn't fill. Coin bouncing. That's a surprise. I didn't. No. I think we did talk about coin back to 180, the 200 week. Damn, we've nailed coin every move. Gold's having a day as well. I think some of you said that already. Gold swept the low. We talked about that. We talked about that possibility, like on Wednesday as it was happening. Like you like nuke here, or you just tap the low and you bounce back up and you look for that lower high again. And that's what's happening. Just sweeping the liquidity, taking the liquidity. Taking it home. What? 4,500. This looks not great. It looks like this. It looks like gold blew off top, lower high. Looks like it wants to do another lower high, retest 4,000, and then break down to 3,500. I don't know how I'm bearish on gold right now, but bullish to 4,500, then bearish. Then I'm flipping. Got 325 viewers on YouTube. That's about a 10th of Friday. That's okay. We got the best people there. If you could do me a favor, I need you right now on every platform. Hit the like button, subscribe, tap the screen, hype it up, say hello. We had only one person, Rex, said hello on TikTok this whole stream, which is crazy. We've been live an hour. YouTube chat's popping. One person said hello on Twitch. Nobody on Kick. We gotta get it. We gotta get the hype going. SpaceX hit all-time high during the live as predicted. It's pulled back, but man, I don't think that run's done. Doesn't look done. It looks like it's gonna break out again. It is lunchtime, so maybe it's the chillin' time. Soul has been good to you. Bought for the rush, Randy, dude. I feel you though. Honestly, I feel like buying for I haven't had a rush in trading in so long. I feel like I don't endorse trading for that reason. You're like burning money because you want the adrenaline, but like, man, I get it. I get it, dude. My connection all right? I think I'm disconnected from the exchange. Oh no, excellent. It was just wrong. Okay. Ever since I got fiber internet, we've had no connection problems. Dude, Tesla, I gotta stop saying Tesla. SpaceX looking for more all-time highs right here today. Maybe over lunch. What's up, Poria Beat? How are you? Who else is here? Not a lot of chatters on YouTube. Bad Doggy, how you doing, man? Crypto Stevo, my guy, my rock. Love to see you here. Darren, Mayonnaise, you've been chatting the whole time. Thank you, my friend. Mohammed, how are you? Poria Beat. Ronald Grump, you know what? I can look at Litecoin because you're one of the few here. Super Finance Bro, my guy. My favorite new viewer. How are you? How are you doing, man? What are you watching today? Yeah. The Wounded Avatar, how are you, man? Welcome. How are you? One rocket malfunction space. I mean, that's going to be the time to buy, right? Like, realistically, we're talking, if they're smart, they're not going to really be launching a lot of rockets in the short term because they want to just let that price bubble. But in the future, one failed rocket, that's going to be a great buy. I feel like it's going to be a great buying opportunity. Litecoin did hit. God damn, it's bear market low of last cycle. Barely, within a few cents on Coinbase. Though I don't know if we can trust Coinbase. Their data keeps bonking out. We'll call it a double bottom. Slowly creeping back up. $46. You got some bear div here. That's some bearish divergence on your weekly lows. I'll take that to the bank, to the Copium Bank. The monthly RSI for Litecoin, all-time low. Sentiment also all-time low for Litecoin. The monthly candle, just like Bitcoin, could shape up and actually look not bad if you can close higher. If price go up, maybe not so bearish is what I'm saying. I'd say target like $50, 50 bucks is probably all I can really confidently even look at. 50. Never sell my Litecoin. Same, Randy. And mostly because it's like, I think I'm at a loss now. I think my average is like 50. If I'm in a loss, it's like it's not a big one, but it's one. God. Litecoin, you're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart, Litecoin. World coin, why would anyone buy this? This is like centralization coin. Let's scan our retinas. That'll be fun. Nothing more crypto than scanning your retinas for the government. Still chilling. Dope song. Eyes Cut Deeper, IVR remix on YouTube. Johnny, what was the other ticker you're looking at, Johnny? Hymns. Dang. Hymns and Hers, brought to you by Hims and Hers. That looks awesome. Bro, Johnny, great call. That does look awesome. That looks, right here, this looks like so many bull market tops. This like blow off top, failed high, back down to support, testing. But it's upside down, baby. That looks like a pump. That looks like a pump schematic. A pumpy schematic. 3650. Hims does look very good. Hims and Hers. I wonder like Hims will start selling Ozempic. I feel like that's like maybe it's like AI and selling Ozempic. That's like what companies should be doing. It's like the two things people are interested in. Two things people are paying for, question mark. Psycho Savage, my guy, finally over on TikTok, Psycho. Before you jumped in, literally only one person had messaged in all of this hour-long stream, which is very weird. I don't think TikTok likes my streams because they're not done on their... It's not done like on their app or whatever. I don't think they like them. Let me see. If I can add you as a mod too, I will. It for some reason just like never lets me add people as mods. If I follow you, will it let me do it? Oh, you're a private account. I can't. That's probably why I can't do it. I have no idea why it won't let me. It won't let me add mods. What's up, Black and Decker? We only have 2 likes on TikTok. That means the whole stream, only 2 people have tapped the screen at all. Psycho Savage, tap the screen a bunch of times for me, would you? Give it some taps. Hims, dude. Hims looks so good. What's going on with Hims? Anybody have the scoop? Hey, getting into Hers. Hers is always a good business. It's also chips. Dude, that looks bonkers. Higher lows, flat top, 31. 31, 86, break that, and I don't know what, back to 36, 41. Back to highs. This looks good. But Bitcoin chilling out after breaking higher during the live. Interestingly, kind of following, I wouldn't say following SpaceX, but making the move around the same time. I would say really close time frame. SpaceX did hit all-time high just, I don't know, 30 minutes ago. It pulled back very quickly, but here we are. We're looking for more all-time highs today. This run is not over. Lock it in. 183. 183. Get it. 183. A lot of roads pointing to 183 right now. I think we're hitting that today. What do you guys think? Hello, buy or sell SpaceX? I mean, at this point, Hims turned to healthcare. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. XRP's up 7%. What happened? What happened with XLM on Binance? You reached a high when 𝐂𝐴𝐾 asks you to trade. What's up, Krishna? SpaceX is pumping. Pumping. I think what price SpaceX closes at 183. That's what I'm looking at. Should you open a leverage short so Bitcoin can liquidate you, David? At least it'll go up then. Huh? Maybe. Maybe. I won't say that. All I can think about today is Randy on roller skates. What, Randy's on roller skates? What do you mean? Oh, you followed me from the very beginning. Super finance, bro. Just change your name. I got you. Randy on roller skates. Don't get me excited here. What are you talking about? Hit me in them DMs. I'm like looking at, I'm like searching. What do you mean, Randy on roller skates? Remember when we used to go roller skating as kids? Oh yeah, that picture on X. Yeah, she looks really good. She's such a cutie. I remember when she was just a gal. Now she's a woman. All right. Howdy. What's up, King Peasant? How you doing? Riot? Riot's pumping. I don't know if I can look away from SpaceX, but we will. Wait, that's not Riot. That's... What is this? This is a really old chart. I always think of Riot, when I hear Riot, I always think of League of Legends. Hey, where are we at? Riot platforms. Riot, what a weird chart. Riot kind of looks like the US dollar, honestly. It's kind of weird. Gold, 𝐂. Gold is, I think gold's moving to 4,500. I think it's like kind of dead cat bouncy. I think it's just like looking for another lower high and to retest 41. Yeah, this does look good. Looks like the dollar. Isn't that weird? Am I tripping? Not the same time frame, but like this, right? Like this kind of thing. See it? CZ doing CZ things, liquidating everybody. That's right. Poets rising. I mean, dude, a lot of these. PM John here. Shared your notification setting. Yeah, I don't know. It just won't let me do it for some reason. Psycho. I've tried to do it to others too. It just won't let me. I don't know why. I just have no idea why, but it won't. Maybe I can do it like on a settings level after the live. But where was I at here? I lost my train of thought. Gold. Yeah, like I said, at 4,500 maybe, looking for a lower high. I mean, this is what I think gold's doing. And then I think it's looking for 3,500. It's my honest opinion. That's what it looks like. You've swept your low of March. This bounce is just like a liquidity sweep. You're just squeezing shorts. That's what it looks like. ScanDisk. Damn. ScanDisk and Micron today, both just crazy looking on these low time frames. Like breaking their orb highs. Send them. Here we go. SpaceX again. Looking for that all-time high. Changed. I got you, brother. Wonder where all the people are. All these SpaceXers from Friday. I know it's not the same hype, but where are they? Randy Park. What's up, Rainers? How you doing, Rainers? The liquor boys. The liquor. Oh, I gotta rewatch that. 212 to 133 SpaceX zone. I don't even know what that means. Same Ronald. I don't doubt it could hit all-time high again in the next few years, but like, what happened to the XLM chart? We do not know. Did anybody reply on X? I tweeted about it. There we go. SpaceX all-time high again. All-time high again. Live. All-time highs. SpaceX IPO. All-time highs, baby. There we go. 178 heading to 183 on time. Exactly as predicted, maybe. Maybe not. Time highs. Hype it up. Hype it up. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Pump it. Pump it up, boys. Did it break against Tesla though? It did not. So here's what I'm watching. Really, nobody else is watching this, but we're watching it. SpaceX versus Tesla. Though we do have an all-time high for SpaceX. We don't have it for its valuation versus Tesla. That was set on Friday. It is very, very close. Don't be fooled. It's about almost 1% away. But this all-time high in the dollar, just against the dollar, is not paired with that valuation breakout. That's what we're waiting for. You get that valuation breakout, and I think this runs. I think that like pushes the move into gear. And until then, I think we're likely to just kind of tap these highs, pull back like we did here. We've traded 0.25% higher than earlier. I think it's waiting for that valuation breakout. So you either have to see a Tesla pullback or SpaceX make a stronger move to break through that valuation. I love pairs. Trading pairs is just like the best. What do you think about gold? Lots of people looking at gold today, Nighthawk. Same thing as I've been saying. Gold, man, I can't look away from SpaceX. Gold, I think, is moving for another lower high. I think gold's making a just basically dead cat bounce, but like a liquidity sweep, a short squeeze from breaking March's low at 4,100-ish. I think that this is basically just short, late shorts being squeezed out, and it's looking to probably come back to this trend line. Could trade a little higher. We could even see it retest that higher trend. But I'm basically looking for a lower high versus April. Then a retest of 4,100 and like the slow motion breakdown, right, to like 3,500. So I'm looking for right now. We've got a lot of interesting things moving today. Like oil is eating it. Oil is like getting wrecked. Oil broke April's low, meaning it's breaking lows against pretty much all U.S. indices, other assets, equities, etc. That's showing like a pretty wild weakness there. SpaceX, there we go, setting off the alarm again. Continues pushing higher. We are live for it here. I'm gonna put this on like 5 minutes. Right? There it is. Gotta get rid of some of these things. There's too much on the screen. Ooh, a little gaga. Ooh, gaga. Ooh la la. Rah rah. There we go. Thank you, boys. Appreciate you hitting the like button, subscribe, and joining us. Keep it going. SpaceX breaking out to all-time highs. Bitcoin having a good day. Who else subscribed? I got Tushki D subscribed. Ton GG, first name, last name. I feel like someone subscribed here before with that name. Ronnie Nair, Edmund, Peter, Indian Food Culture, Krishna. What's up, boys? Appreciate you tuning in today. Yeah, the energy isn't quite the same as Friday. We have a huge day on Wednesday. Everything can change between now and Wednesday. Like, see on Wednesday. We'll just redefine everything going on. Everything will be called into question. Wednesday, 2 days from now. Be careful. What's up, my guy? How you doing, Trev? Still completely unable to add you as a moderator for no reason. Don't know. This won't let me do it. Yeah, it is what it is. Been trying. Because I need moderators over there. I need people to be able to boot the bots. Gotta scare them. It's definitely a more chilling day, but man, SpaceX is still climbing. What happened to the XLM charts? Yeah, I said a while ago. ETH having a good day. I haven't looked at Ethereum. It's hard, honestly, it really is hard to look away from SpaceX. Every time I look away, it sets off my alerts again. We'll pull up ETH. What's that doing? My thyroid is doing better, Echo Leaf. It is. I'm getting very thyroidy. Wow, Ethereum is having a solid ass day. You're right. Looking at the ETH versus the Bitcoin pair, that's nice. You have a higher low. You broke your high. You have a little uptrend here. It's going to be harder to trust still. You still are underneath this bigger downtrend from your high. Giggity. But that's a nice candle. Ethereum up 5% roughly against Bitcoin. Looking for what? You're looking to retest 0.28. If it breaks that, you have a higher high coming off an uptrend. Probably looking for like 0.03. This is certainly not enough to get me like in the zone. I mean, we did hit this long. We did hit the long. Our long finally filled, bros. 0.25 filled June 8th. I don't know. What do you guys think the odds are? Really that like it's going to break August's high? I just don't feel it. Gold silver ratio. It's finally moving up again, Grump. But let's look at Ethereum first. Looking solid. I don't know if I'm totally convinced this is a major reversal. This kind of feels like maybe another lower high coming down. Let's take a look at the dollar pair. The dollar pair did do what it needed to do. Holy F. I don't know if it's holy F. It's up 6% this week. It's up 6% today. No, I'm playing. That's this is the way it starts. I was very, very bearish on Ethereum at the start of this month. Very bearish. Still hasn't convinced me that it's full bull time, but like that's a great start. Regaining ground in your value against Bitcoin, great start. I'd like to see June's high broken. See June's high broken, things are looking pretty good. The weeks though, Ethereum closed like the way it needed to close. Traded below its ascending bear market trend. Closed above it the last 2 weeks. Today it's putting on more upside here. Where's it looking for? About 2,000. I would say 2,000-ish. Looking like right back to the February, March lows that were support. See what happens there. It's gonna be... That's not bad. It's not bad. It's looking better and better. That RSI got absolutely nuked. That was the lowest. We tweeted that. We saw that live. We tweeted it. Ethereum hit the lowest RSI on the day ever. Back there in this month. Now it's bouncing. You have a lot of inefficiency. I'm looking at like 2,000 for this move. That's where I'd take profit if I was scalping. 2,000. The 200-week moving average. Kind of the line in the sand for Ethereum, similar to Bitcoin's 200-day. 2,500 for Ethereum. If it retakes 2,500, that's the 200-week moving average. It's also your April high. All of a sudden, maybe you're in a bull market. Maybe you're in a bull market. If you had 2,500. Until then, I'd probably just be expecting lower highs. SPX hitting 185 today. Yeah, I'm looking at 183. It's breaking out right now. Thank you for reminding me, Henny. Sold, please. 1 sec, money. 1 sec, Sean. They bought, dump it. Dump it. He sold, pump it. All right, maybe we do have a sec. Maybe I said we have a second, then all like it just starts moving. Oh, I realized my Bitcoin short that I opened at the start of the month just closed for like double-digit dollar profits. But I opened it at 67, right as it dumped down to 59, and it just got stopped like right now today. SpaceX at all-time highs again. It just keeps going. 179.28, looking for 183. I'm looking for it. Everybody, tap that like button. That's right. Tap it. Tippy, tap it. Appreciated. 340 viewers on YouTube. Not too bad. You guys are sitting here. It's the second day of SpaceX trading. All-time highs, as predicted, have been hit. But the show is not over. It's not done. It's still going. Still going. We have not even seen... We have all-time highs today on SpaceX, but we haven't even seen SpaceX trade to an all-time high value versus Tesla. It's right here. It's right at that high valuation from about an hour, 2 hours into trading on Friday. Right there as the dollar value is pushing all-time highs. Very exciting time. Very exciting. Are you ready? I like the music mix from the other day better. It's just so much more of a banger. Let's put this on. A little pump here. Turn it up a little bit. $190 at closing. All right. We call them poor. Damn. Look at that. Full round trippy. Yeah. It's hard to see. Round trippy. Watch the top end now for the corn. Yeah, opened right here back on the 2nd of June. Dumped. Boom. Stopped out in the last like hour. Full round trip. That's the way it goes. That's what stop losses are for. Got the FOMC on Wednesday, 2 days away. It's going to be a big one. Don't miss it. Cheerwarsh. First FOMC ever. It's going to be crazy. Where are all the viewers? Where's everyone from Friday, I wonder? They were so hyped. Bring them back. I wish an Arab prince would send my bags to the moon, please. 200 by Friday, says Aaron. 200 SpaceX by Friday? That's not crazy, honestly. You're here, Pickle. Thank you, man. Give it a little tap. I'll tap, you tap. A little tippy tap. Bursh. Idaho. What's up, Derek? They're in Idaho? Why are they in Idaho? Bonk and Pepe crowned 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐍. First message. No, not the first message ever. Where's Pickle? He's here. 190 at closing. What do you guys think? At closing when? Sol. Yeah, never went back to Sol. I guess we can look away because every time we look away, it starts moving. Sol having a very Ethereum-like bounce here. Let's see, Sol versus Seth, what's happening? Okay. Little reversal. Sol versus Ethereum. Sol at 75 did break. Did break February's low. I'll make the same call for Solana as I did for Ethereum. Basically, like right back to this, which is 82. Currently at 75. Solana target to beats 96. Not retake these highs. You need that, or else you're looking at a lower high. Multiple. I'm going to do this the easy way. Dude, Bitcoin looks like it's going to break out again, though. Look at that. Broke the high. Now it's hopefully not distributing above. Hopefully. Every single time I look away. Every single time without any exception. I look away from SpaceX. I get an alert. It moves. Right now, SpaceX has just broken to a new all-time high against Tesla, which is interesting because it actually didn't do that against the dollar in this exact moment. It has been breaking to all-time highs today in the dollar pair, but they're not in sync. But yeah, they're not in sync, but there it is. A new valuation against Tesla. Now retreating, thanks. What is this? Bitcoin, why is it so slow? Moving back down. And put another alert. As soon as I freaking look away, though, that's crazy. SpaceX looking for further highs. Let's hit this retracement. Here we go, boys. Here we go. After all that, here it is. 200-day moving average. Yeah, honestly, I think Solana has a good shot at 96. Maybe not straight there. Could be. But we see that 200-day moving average coming down. 96, 97, right up here. That's the big zone. It's the double top, we'll call it. Rejection. Broke your major low. We're taking that value, again, in the 200-day. It's going to put you in really good condition. Only probably issues we should be looking at, though. Right here. Our 618 retracement from 98 to 61. Right there. 82. Our 100-day and 50-day are roughly at that value. You're very likely to run into resistance here at 82.75. You have broken the 20-day, which is a juicy start. You've escaped the 20-day downtrend. I think now you're looking for a test of 82 with pretty good confidence. 20 week is right there. Yeah. 82.74. You can do it, Solana. You can do it, Solana. Do it. Do it. I run. Almost 400 viewers on YouTube concurrent. Let's go, boys. I need you to hit the like button, hype it up, tap the screen. SpaceX at all-time highs today. Bitcoin looking very strong. Can I upload my stuff to Spotify? This is not my song, my friend. I did not make this music. Memo, the link to this artist is in the video description below. It's DJ 𝐂𝐨𝐮𝐫𝐬𝐞. You can find him on YouTube. Right here. DJ 𝐂𝐨𝐶 official. There you go. I wish I was DJ. If I could DJ like this, man, I'd be living a much more fun life. Don't chase the green, says Deeg. That is, we have hit a new all-time high again today, but don't chase the green is typically the advice I give, yes. What's up, Tillin? You arrived, welcome. DJ Tom Crown in the mix. About to just Giga Moon. Let's go, JSEC. I hope so. Hood. What's up, Joey Trump? How you doing, man? Folsom Hodel. My guy, what's up? So many people saying they weren't buying at 135 to 150. There were a lot. I will say there was a lot. Myself included. Like, yeah, I'm not a sucker. I do think that SpaceX will trade below 135 at some point. I don't know if it's soon, but at some point. We'll see Wednesday. It is actually crazy to be making judgments about the market. What's up, David B over on Kick? My guy. It's like actually crazy to make judgments. Can I give you? No. Actually crazy to make judgments about markets until the FOMC on Wednesday. Like, literally everything can change on Wednesday. Everything likely will change on Wednesday. These platforms. Don't know how to do it there. You're like Cy Savage everywhere. Yeah, baby, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's actually crazy. Everything could reverse Wednesday. And like markets almost, there's such a small probability in my mind that markets like don't have a crazy reaction Wednesday. Just because it's not Powell. Like simply just not being Powell. Even if Worsh says nothing. It's like just not Powell. Let's make some chaos. We don't have the soothing tones of Powell's voice, and that will cause chaos. Hood doesn't look bad. It's a nice little breakout here. I'd be looking for the back test. I'd be looking for like a back test here of 94, 95 support on Hood versus ripping long at 99. Well, I can't show the articles on video. What? Or last week, oh, links. Links. I can't show the articles. You're sending me stuff, I can't show the articles. I didn't read them, not gonna lie. I've been pretty busy. It's been so nice out. I've spent a lot of time grilling in the backyard lately. DJ Crown in the house. Everything hinges on Wednesday. SpaceX value versus Tesla tapped all-time high reverse, just like its price did earlier. Tapped all-time high and reversed. Perhaps giving a 176 scalp entry for today. I'm looking at 183 though. Walsh's stance on crypto. I mean, I think he has commented positively. I wouldn't get too into like how, you know, these people's opinions on crypto. You know, people yelled about Gary Gensler and how anti-crypto he was. But at one point, they were yelling about how pro-crypto he was. And then by the end, how anti-crypto he was. And then we got rid of Gary Gensler and the crypto market took a shit. So, yeah, we should maybe reserve judgments. Be hesitant on judgments. Of, like, these people's opinions on stuff and, like, how much they matter. I don't know if they really matter. Yes. Yes. Can I follow myself? Can't follow yourself. Damn, I got moves, I counted. When did Tesla actually... Someday I'll stop. When did SpaceX actually make that big move yesterday? What did it look like here at 12? The big move, the top was like the top of Friday was at 1:05 p.m. Top of the move, 1:05 p.m. It's currently 12:50, so it's 15 minutes away. At this time, it was breaking its highs, just like actually it is now. And then for the next 15 minutes on Friday, it ripped. Let's see if we get a repeat. Already live for almost 2 hours here. Whew. Appreciate you all being here with me. Along for the ride. Along for the ride. Make sure you've liked and subscribed. Join. What's up, Sin? Grilling and chilling, dude. I have it. What's up, Memo? Moonshot it. I got you, Rez. I got you. Micron's back up. Micron is ripping. So is SanDisk. Micron's up. I love it. I think that looks so bully. Micron opened to a big old gap, and now it's just like flagging to the upside. I think it's looking for all-time highs. Honestly, I think it looks for all-time highs. Honestly, I'm thinking it looks for all-time highs today, but it's moving slow. Moving slow today, even though it's looking great. Same thing with SanDisk, though. Like, that's all-time high, pull back right back up there. You look like you want to rip. Really low volatility on these. Look at SanDisk. Trapped in like a 0.5% range of volatility for the last like hours on the 1 minute candle. Unusual. Any thoughts on Circle? I think Circle looks cooked, right? $64. I'm looking for 64. So we're looking for a long time ago. Never filled. Rejected from the all-time VWAP. If Circle gets a bounce with crypto, like crypto gets a bounce like we're kind of seeing on Ethereum and Solana and maybe Bitcoin even, probably 100. Looking for that $100 mark. 15% move. 15-point move to the upside. But I personally would not touch Circle until like 64. La 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 la. La la la. What happened to XLM? It did break higher. This wick on Binance may prove to be really bullish. I don't know what happened. I don't think we got any answers. Doubt we'll get any answers, right? But what? We only saw this on Binance, which is probably the most liquid pair for this. I tweeted it. It got no replies, nothing. Thank you, Guillermo. You guys are the best replying to me. You can follow me on X at Tom Crown. You should. On YouTube at Tom Crown. On TikTok at Tom Crown Official. It's either at Tom Crown or at Tom Crown Official. Those are your options. Typically when someone's already taken the Tom Crown one because they're a dick. Ha. Someone tried to get me paid thousands of dollars for one once. I was like, I don't really care that much, dude. It's not that important. SpaceX versus Tesla looking good. Looking to break all-time highs again. We're here making history. AMD. There's a name I haven't heard in a while. What's AMD doing? AMD's trucking. All right. Yeah, you know, it's weird. I haven't heard AMD spoken about much, despite AMD being like right up there with all these other companies, right? Like Intel's, like Nvidia, like they're in the biz. Wow. Wow. And I can't look away because Tesla and SpaceX drawing me back. All-time highs right now. Right now again. SpaceX IPO reaching new all-time high values versus Tesla. right here, right now, probably breaking out in the dollar as well. Nope. Lagging a little bit. Likely this is going to be a precursor or a early signal that the dollar pair is about to rip. It's looking good. Come on. Just joined us up, Troy. You're joining at a perfect time. Echo Leaf, my friend. What's up with the weeks? You can't be in the USA to trade there? I don't know. Is that true? I have a Weeks account and it doesn't seem to matter. If it doesn't let you sign up, it doesn't let you sign up, right? To my knowledge, Weeks is fine. I have never heard anybody have issues there. I can't vouch for them the way I can vouch for like BYDFi or FEMX, who are partners of mine. I don't have any pool over there at Weeks. But I haven't heard anything bad specifically, though I will also take that with a grain of salt. I haven't really heard much at all about them. I don't know if they're doing big volumes. But I haven't heard anybody be like, I got, totally scammed or anything. You gotta always be careful. Keeping assets on any exchange is always a risk management practice. Personally, I just use BYDFi or FEMX. Links are in my video description. You can sign up wherever you are there. Into Path. Queen, you're going to buy SpaceX after the dip. You got a dippy. Yes, for 40. You only got 4, Aaron? That's poop. Binance kind of scammed everybody in that sense, didn't they? They took like in $500 million for IPOs. And then we're just like, oh, we can't get the shares. We'll refund it. But had it like opened down, who's to say if they would have been able to get the shares? And then all of a sudden they're giving them out, right? There it is. We're breaking. It seems like a scam. It does. It seems like they took the money in, and then because it opened up more valuable, they just like maybe kept them. I don't have any evidence of that. I'm just saying it's a scenario that could have happened. If it opened down, they could have been like, here's the shares. But it opened up, so they're like, yep, we just made 25% on our 500 milli. Yeah, don't buy shares through, I would say like through US IPOs through non-US entities. That'd be my guess. SpaceX versus Tesla, new all-time high. SpaceX again tapping at a new all-time high while we're live here. 180, hitting 180.41. More to come. Gold is not doing great, Khalid. I think gold is rallying to like 4,500 for a lower high and getting rejected. Spicy white boys. No, they did that. So what happened is they took in, I think it's $500 million for IPO shares for SpaceX. And then when the IPO came, they apologized and said we weren't able to secure the shares. And so we're refunding the money people gave us. So people didn't get scammed. They didn't, they didn't like lose their money. They didn't like keep the money, but they didn't get the shares. And one has to wonder if the IPO had opened down, less valuable, would they have all of a sudden then been able to find the shares, get the shares, and then distribute the losses out? You gotta wonder. You gotta wonder. I don't have any evidence. Nobody go yelling that I'm accusing them of something, but like, you gotta think about it. It is a scenario that is possible. Technologic. Tesla all-time high right now, 180. Tippy tappy. Tesla. SpaceX, not Tesla. SpaceX, all-time high right now. What's up, cryptomyalysis, my guy? Price reversal to the downside, William. It's too vague of a question. This mix is way better, I know. Should have started with this mix again. What else can we do? What else are we doing? What are you looking at? Those two tickers I just read and then lost. Where'd they go? Into path. I mean, this is every time I look away, it hits a new all-time high. So it's like maybe I should keep doing that, or maybe we want to be, you know, have the charts up when it's happening. I'm waiting for like the big rip. If you look at Friday's trading, the peak of the day was at like 115, and that's 16 minutes away. So we could, I mean, see a repeat. Price action isn't that dissimilar, which is interesting. It's actually really weird. Price is like kind of similar. You had like a high, an intraday high, you had to pull back, and you broke it and you ran. It's like you had a high, intraday high, pull back, break it, run. I don't know. It's at all-time high right now. SpaceX, biggest IPO ever. Now up quite a few pennies, quite a few shekels. Up 20% from trading. Up 32% from IPO price. I think heading higher. Getting very spicy. I have charts for into. I don't have either of those. Fancy. Queen, this is your anthem. Ooh, into the Goblin Town, maybe. Break of structure. That's rough. I mean, it is back to January 20's high. Resistance. Maybe acting as support here, but that's really knifey. You're bringing me the knives. What's up with that? The knives. This looks like it will eventually break to the upside, but man, I don't know when. I don't know when. I mean, you got bull dip on the week coming. Like, I don't know when. Could take a very long time. This has already been playing out over years. This looks like a descending wedge. Does look like eventually it'll hit an all-time low and then just like bounce up and then retrace. Let's go.
In the mix with DJ CVM.
Stop 173.77. Take Bravo 183.45. 2.5 to 1. Looks good. A lot of people tuning in for gold today. Gold not doing great. SpaceX hitting all-time highs. Gold having a bounce. Maybe that's why. Having a little bounce. SpaceX just blasting all-time highs. Now trading to 180. I feel like I keep saying that. Trading to 180. 179. 80. Gold having, in my opinion, a little like kind of dead cat bounce-ish after losing March's low, the yearly low, right? After losing the yearly low, we've had 3 green candles on the day for gold, but man, I think you're just looking for a lower high and a retest of 4K and then inevitably break down to like 3,500. It's green, but it's not the good kind of green. Is that SpaceX gap a problem? You know, it is a gap. It is there. Is it a problem? I guess it depends on how you view it. Not right now. I think SpaceX will trade back to its IPO price eventually. I mean, it doesn't have to be this year. Could be, but it doesn't have to be this year. But I think you see a sweep of 135 at some point. You're the best, David. Get out of here. Get out of here. David, Friday's stream was so bonkers. So 179.90. We're about to break 180. We're breaking 180. We're gonna do it. That's weird. YouTube Studio's being weird. He's going to show you guys the analytics from Friday, but nothing's loading. SpaceX 179.99. 1 penny away from 180. History being made right now. All-time high in price. All-time high in value versus Tesla. Wait, why is this doing this? Maybe if it doesn't work on my phone. Here we go. 180.80. SpaceX breaking out. Popping the cherry. Here's the move. Is this gonna work? I guess it works on my phone. It's not working on computer for some reason. All right, weird. Whatever. At least it's working on my phone. 181. SpaceX making the move. 183.45 coming up on deck. Targets coming. Let's go. Oinky oinkies. Let's go. 181, reaching for 183.45. As Kai said that, I think the closing price is going to be 183.45. It seems maybe too low with this momentum. That momentum kicking up out of nowhere. Let's go. $60. Let's go. Swing it, hold it. I mean, honestly, I think there's a good amount of like theory around 90 days from SpaceX's initial trading for a hold. I would, as always, take profit on the way up. But that 90-day lockout period, it's like almost certainly after the 90-day lockout period, if it hasn't had a major pullback, it will see one, because that's when all these shares unlock. People will fight to get some profits locked in, etc. Bitcoin down a little bit here on the SpaceX run. It was moving with SpaceX earlier. SpaceX leaving it behind. I wonder, I don't even want to do it, but like a SpaceX Bitcoin chart. Oh, I don't want to do that. You know, like how mean do I want to be to myself? How much do I want my soul to hurt? I run. There we go. Actually, that's kind of cool. Huh. SpaceX versus Bitcoin actually about to retest its highs here. I really would have, I thought it would, I would have assumed it was already at highs. There we go. SpaceX versus Bitcoin. Looking for that retest 275. Currently 273. That's like about to break right now. Probably because SpaceX is ripping. 182.32, breaking all-time highs in its value against almost everything at this point. 183 coming up. Stream is healthy. The computer's acting real weird. I might close a bunch of stuff. Maybe that'll help. Friday was absolutely insane. Closing some of these tabs. Hopefully this helps out a little. Never does. Literally never helps, but literally never helps. Okay, tabs closed. Hopefully that smooths it out. SpaceX ripping. Rip on. People who work their whole lives for SpaceX, yeah, dude, they are. When do they get to sell? I think that the schedule is much more aggressive than it typically is. Those people gonna lock in. You making minimum wage working at SpaceX or something. You're gonna lock. You got $1 million from these shares. You're locking that in. Absolutely, you're locking that in. Let me close some charts. Maybe that'll help. Here we go. SpaceX smashing highs in real time, boys and girls. You don't get paid minimum wage. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I'm sure some of them do. Like the cafeteria. What do you think the cafeteria workers are making there? Janitors. I mean, you know, I don't think any of those people deserve minimum wage. I think it's realistic that they're probably making, whether it's minimum wage or like $10 an hour, you know, like some of these people are making very little amounts. Obviously not talking about the engineers or even like production line workers or like whatever, right? Talking about there are people there who I think had the option to get paid in some equity, who it is money they never would have seen, right? Bitcoin dumping while SpaceX hits it. Let's go. 183.50 hit. Target smashed. We did it. 183.75 hit. Finally. We said it would happen during the live. It did. But is that it? Apparently not. Still moving. 183.83. Gosh, where are we going? Where are we even going? 89 or just like straight to 200? What do you think? Jeez, let's go. The high, remember, this is what I said just a little bit ago in the stream. The high of Friday, the high of the trading day, was at 1:15 p.m. It's currently 1:11 p.m. and we're at the high of the range for the day at an all-time high, 184. We're blasting. Sheesh. How high are we going today, boys? Getting alerts. SpaceX just traded to a new all-time high versus Bitcoin. To the moon, of course. Little hesitation at 183. The lowest in paid employees at SpaceX between 17 and 24. Okay, so what you guys? What's the difference? These people making $17 an hour, like whether they make 7 or 14 or 20, like they might have a few $1 million in equity. Like they're gonna lock that. Like they're gonna lock that in. Some of them are, of course, not going to. It's probably gonna wreck them. But like, yeah. Average engineer is 50,000 shares. $9 million, dude. What? I mean, of course, like the average engineer has almost $10 million in equity. Hey, what would you do if you were an engineer? You overestimate their long-term planning capabilities. I do. AI overview. Okay, let me see. Ba-ba-da. 183.45. The candle has reversed. Here we go. The lowest paying job spaces are to operational facility support roles, such as security officers. There we go. Porters, baristas, which report wages around 32 to 45 a year. Culinary staff 22 to 29. Even entry-level engineers and technical roles, starting over 100,000. Yeah, of course, that's not a surprise. Yeah. So it wasn't the number, guys. It's the concept. Like, it's the concept of these people. Obviously, not all of them, but there are many people who are gonna just like all of a sudden have like $1 million worth of equity, and they're probably gonna want to lock it in. They're probably gonna want to spend it. They're probably going to want to, like, I want to buy a house and a boat and a bunch of scratchers. A bunch of scratchers. I'm going to go on a vacation. You know what I mean? I agree. I agree, Siggy. You'd be stupid to not realize those profits. Like, I think you'd be stupid. But, yeah, no. People are stupid. Interesting. On Friday, the high of the day was at 115. It is currently 114. Crack, baby. What's up, D-Ice? What's up, boys? What's up, Gucci? Gucci Slides, Aaron Hall, D-Ice. Derek Merrill, my guy. Ivan, 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐫𝐭 Madwi. Ronald Grump, you've been here the whole stream. Your shout out to you, GOAT. Queen Finn, Solve, Randy, Siggy. Verhoofty, how are you, man? William, you've been here for a long time. What's up, brothers? What is going on? You guys say it'd be stupid. You wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying that it won't go higher, Ivan. So this whole conversation is, if you have worked at some menial job, you know, you're a barista at SpaceX, you're a janitor, you're like a culinary, you're in the cafeteria, and you have equity from working there, and you have, like, I don't know, $1 million worth of equity from working there, I think you'd be stupid not to lock it in. I would. It's not about going up higher. It's that the trajectory of your finances in your life are probably never going to get you to that amount. Period. I think that, you know, I say it would be stupid, but this is just my opinion. Yeah, it's my opinion. Doesn't mean it can't go higher, but we can always say it can go higher. We say, but what about 400? What about 800? What about 1,000? What about 2,000? What about 10,000? You know, like it. And there are going to be people who get caught up in that too, in the FOMO, chasing it up. Of course. Yeah, of course. I just think that a lot of those people, I don't know what their vesting schedule is, though. I mean, and then the average engineer, someone said that's 50,000 shares. That's $10 million. You're telling me someone making 100 grand doesn't want to lock in 5 million of that 10? I don't know, dude. I mean, I think they would. But greed's a hell of a drug. Greed's a hell of a drug. Always the FOMO, that's true. 29 and poverty-stricken. Queen. Yeah, poverty-stricken. Tom, where's my stop loss? I mean, it depends on what you're doing here, man. I think that there is logic in, if you, like, IPO, to have a stop loss under the 149, the traded low. If you bought in at some point on this rally, I think there's logic maybe of, like, 174, even like this swing low before the all-time high today. It really would depend. Depends how leveraged and how exposed you are. Trade desk TTD. What's that, William? Keep asking me for some kind of different stuff. Synapse trying to get rid of the basement. What's up, Sam Diamond Hands? So do they have to wait 88 more days or something to sell, or is that the IPO shares? I don't know. Interesting. 115 has come and gone, and here we go. We have the high of the day and red candles. Interesting. Interesting. This makes it so fire. Link is in the video description below. You've been dreaming of. We've been live over 2 hours, my friends. I need you to hit the like button and subscribe for me. SpaceX hit our target. I mean, honestly, really hit our target and reversed so far. I'm not doubting it can't go higher. But our target at the start of the stream, actually since Friday, 183.45. You guys asked me today what I thought the closing price would be. I said 183.45. We hit that 5 minutes ago. Hit the like, subscribe. We're going to be live again on Wednesday for the first FOMC with Fed Chair Warsh ever. We're going to be making history again. Back-to-back history days. Back-to-back history days. I can hardly believe it. Just 2 days away. June 17th at 2 p.m. You better be here. YouTube.com/Tom Crown. You better be here. 2 p.m. Or 1:30 p.m. Whatever. 2 days from now. We're still working on the thumbnail. Yeah, we got to mix it all up now. Rest in Powell. Rest in peace, Powell. Not that you're dead, but you know. How does leverage work? Jeez, that's a question. 100x leverage enough? Never. Defense leverage or 100. If I was 100x leverage, brother, I would be, my stop loss would be like 179. Like, you think 150 is pushing it? Yeah, I do too, man. I think that's pushing it. I agree. You love the balls. You would, Queen. You would. You would love the balls. Ha! Burn. It's not really a burn, though. Zing. Zing. Gold pulling back. SpaceX chilling. Bitcoin pulling back so much. Looking for a close at like 66.3 on Bitcoin today. This candle was juicy. It still is. I don't love where it's tagged and reversed. That's the monthly. Or it's weekly. Sorry, weekly support. Now being tested as resistance. I don't love that. Don't like the timing either. Bitcoin had this nice candle alongside of SpaceX. Then SpaceX kept pushing, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin reversed. Not what I was hoping to see. I don't know why the green line keeps moving. Rate cut Wednesday. I mean, hypo. Tune in Wednesday, my friend. Tune in Wednesday for the FOMC. I think if we have a rate cut Wednesday, everything will moon. But I don't just mean stocks. I mean like your grocery bill. I mean like your dog food. Your sneakers. To everything will moon. We will hyperinflate it. Like it. I don't see it. I don't think it's coming. I don't think we have any rate change, but we'll see. Maybe there'll be more developments between then and now. My pickles. My thyroid. My pickles. They don't have Papa Powell. They don't have the adult that they've been relying on for years, almost a decade. Crime do pay. Gorks, I'm not gonna do any more requests right now. We're chilling. I did a lot of charts, did a lot of requests. We're over like 2 hours and something into the stream. I'm chilling right now. We'll be live again on Wednesday though. Be nice and fresh again. Be able to make all kinds of requests. Sylvie M in the mix. Riot. Dude, Riot. Minute breaks 29. Could get spicy. Boom. This mix slaps, dude. It slaps. This part specifically goes so hard. Oops, I did it again. Boom, 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 boom. Damn. There we go. My YouTube studio finally started working again. Except that, there we go. Finally started working again. Maybe. It's being sketchy. I want to show you guys this. Look at the stream. That was Friday's stream, boys. I had the ad revenue turned off, so it's like super chats or whatever. Oh. That makes it the second biggest stream ever on this channel. But if you add in the views from X, the views from other platforms, it was by far the biggest. I don't know why it keeps refreshing. It's like geeking me out. I'm going to take it off the screen just in case it does something weird. Shows like personal information or something. But yeah, boys. Where's all that hype? We're at all-time highs. I would have assumed a bunch of those viewers would have rejoined us today. I don't know. We got 355, but To put that in perspective, we have 3,500 views on today's stream so far versus 50. Dude, SpaceX might not be done. Why do I keep saying Tesla? Gotta stop that. Might not be done. That's a pretty harsh pullback, but it's already chilling. It's already like slowing down here. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go live on Wednesday for the FOMC. You're gonna be here. Join us. Make sure you've subscribed, followed, liked, notifications on so you don't miss it. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be record-setting stream for sure. SpaceX continues to climb. We hit our first target, 183.45. Honestly, I could see reason at 189, 190, but 200, probably that next juicy number. Everything could change on Wednesday, and that's why you need to be here. We're going to be covering it live together. Jump in our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Sign up with our exchange partners, BYDFi and FemX. Links in the video description below. They're also in the Discord. Or any of our affiliates. Not only will you help support the stream, but you will get VIP roles for free in the Discord. So jump in there. I expect you all to be here Wednesday. It's going to be mandatory. That is mandatory, right on your calendars. Don't miss it. We're going to take a break. Stay bullish, my friend.